Hello, my name is Donna Nitzberg, and I would love it if you could help me make a video to promote Page Turners. That's the program that pairs adult volunteers such as myself with students like you. Last summer, we read Black Brother, Black Brother. I was paired with a student called William. We had some great conversations, and we read about racism and fencing and family dynamics and donuts, and you know what I mean, because I think if you're watching this, you were a page turner too. However, some of your classmates may not know about the program, and that's why we want to do this video to get them excited about it so that they sign up for it. Now, unfortunately, because of COVID, I can't come to you, ask you a bunch of questions, and record it like I would normally do. Instead, I am going to rely on you and maybe hopefully somebody in your family to help you videotape yourselves answering the questions. I think you guys are going to be great at this. I'm guessing you know how to do TikTok or YouTube videos, or just know how to use your phone's video function. I'm going to read to you the questions right now. You'll have them in front of you, don't worry. I just want to give you an idea of what sort of questions I'm going to ask. So, question number 1. When did you first hear about Page Turners, and what did you think about it at that time? Why did you join Page Turners? How often did you and your partner meet? How did you meet? Do you know what your partner looked like? What would you have been doing instead of participating in Page Turners? What do your parents think about Page Turners? Like, what do they say about it? And look, if they would like to participate, this is a good time to ask them that question. You can set them back in front of your camera or phone, and we can get their answers or responses as well. What book did you read or listen to? Overall, what did you think about the program? And what was the most surprising thing about it? What did you like the most? What didn't you like about it? Did the book feel real? Were there any parts of your life that reminded you of a part or parts of the book? Has the book changed you at all? Or is there something that you've taken with you from the book? Or do you do anything at all that's just a little bit different since you've read the book? Would you recommend it to a friend who hasn't read it yet? Would you be interested in participating in Page Turners next summer? And if so, why? Do you have any ideas about what we can do to make Page Turners even better? Okay. The more answers I get, the better choices I'll have in what to use in the video. I obviously can't use all of the answers that you give me, but I will pick the best ones, and everybody will be represented. Tips and tricks. Here are some ideas that I hope will help you when you are doing your own videotaping. Number 1, please answer in complete sentences. So if the question, for example, is, did you think the book was realistic? You could answer, yeah, but I won't be able to use that answer. If you instead said something like, I really thought that book was realistic. I know somebody who had a similar experience. They were arrested and it wasn't even their fault. Something like that, if it's true, of course, would be something that I could really use and would be very interesting for everybody to watch. Number 2, please hold your phone or camera horizontally and not vertically. That way our final video will look better. Everything will be in the same direction, and we don't have those weird bars on either side of the vertical footage. Number 3, minimize camera shake. You've seen it, the camera's shaking all over the place. We don't want to have a lot of that. It's hard to get it still, but if you have a tripod or a selfie stick that you can wedge and make stable, or anything that makes the camera or camera phone steady, that would be really helpful. Number 4, please use the highest quality image that you can get out of your camera or your phone. So it would be great if we could all do something called 1080p, which is the aspect ratio, and it's like a very high def, high quality image. You may not have access to that. Just do the best you can with your phone or your camera. If there is a choice, do 1080p. Number 5, Think about your background, select it carefully. I chose my bookshelf. It seemed to work with the idea that we were talking about, books. But there are so many other choices I could have made that would have been equally good. I could have chosen my favorite chair to sit and read in. I could have chosen the place where I talked to William about the book. I could have flopped down on the floor with my dog because he's super cute, and that still would have worked. So think about it a little bit ahead of time, and then once you've come up with where you want to videotape, look around and make sure that it looks good. If you got a lot of clutter in there, you can just pull it away. You can put it back afterwards. You don't have to clean the whole house. You're okay. It's just whatever's in the viewfinder is what we're going to see. And make sure that there's nothing in view that your family wouldn't want other people to see. Number 6, think a little bit about what you plan to wear. You don't have to, dress like you're going to the prom or anything. I picked a colored shirt that I liked. Just liked it. I made sure that it was clean. I didn't pick a shirt that would make me blend in with my surroundings or would clash with my surroundings. So it's not too hard, but just so neat and clean and something you like. 7, lighting. It would be great if we could see you clearly in the video. Lighting is kind of tricky to get right. You have to look and make changes if it doesn't look good. So you don't want to be someplace where it's too dark. You don't want to be someplace that's too bright. It looks often nice to have a lighting source coming in from the side onto your face. Outside on a cloudy day, you often get really nice lighting, or sitting next to a window when there's like a filtering curtain next to you can look fantastic too. Work with what you have and do your best. But if you happen to look through the viewfinder and notice that you're being blinded by the light and you can't see the person, you got to change that a little bit. And if you happen to look through it and it looks really dark and you can barely make the person out, you're going to have to add some light. And finally, 8, just think a little bit about audio or sound. It's super important that we can hear what you have to say. That's the point of all this. So I happen to have a real microphone because, that's what I do sometimes. And I am using it. If you have one, if you do YouTube videos and have one of those microphones on your camera or a phone, go for it. If you do not, make sure that you talk clearly and loudly so that we can understand what you're saying. Don't go too far away from the camera if you don't have a microphone, because usually the microphone's on the camera. And just, listen back and make sure that we can hear you and it's not too garbled. If there's, if you just have a problem and we really have a hard time hearing it, I can put subtitles in, but that would not be my preference. It's harder to watch that way. Okay, so those are my quick tips. I am so looking forward to receiving your videos back. Go out, have a great time doing this, and I'm pretty excited about the whole thing. Yay!